Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Summer's here. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2023 Honda Accord Hybrid or 2023 CR-V Hybrid.
Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Welcome to the Awakening Women podcast. I'm your host, Leanne Oaten, and for almost a decade, I have been a transformation coach and therapist. This podcast is all about lifting the veil of consciousness and awakening to the truth. It is also about helping you to raise the bar in all areas of your life and relationships by starting with you. If you're ready to take back your personal power and reclaim your life, you have come to the right place. I'm so glad that you're here, so let's get started with today's episode. Abusers always minimize their abuse. This is true across the board, whether it is covert emotional abuse, financial abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse, psychological abuse. It doesn't matter the type. They're always going to minimize their abuse. They're going to downplay it. They're going to make it sound like you're making a big deal, that it's actually you. I didn't physically abuse you. I pushed you. I didn't verbally abuse you. I told you the truth. It's always going to be minimized, and not only just minimized, but deflected and the blame turned around on you. Always. So what this looks like is women in these horrible, horrific situations where they're experiencing blatant abuse and sometimes even physical, but they're even downplaying it in their own minds, because it's been minimized by the other person, that they're making a mountain out of a molehill. It's like, oh my God, I would never abuse you. What are you talking about, kind of thing, right? And an example came up in a client session, and I have her permission to share the story, obviously not with her name included, but I always ask for permission before I even share any details and I just feel like it's personal information, but I wanted to use it to drive this point home because I was just absolutely floored. And she admitted that she definitely has downplayed it, and it was being physically pushed. And then when she confronted the person about it, he said, I pushed you out of the way so that I wouldn't do much worse to you. That is just really, like, if you just really for a moment sit with that, I was looking out for you. I pushed you out of the way so I wouldn't hurt you worse. Blaming. So it's looking at all of the abuse that you've experienced with a flashlight, a microscope, being able to identify it, looking at it and defining it as, this is mental abuse, this is emotional abuse, this is physical abuse, this is financial abuse. And physical abuse is also things like erratic driving that makes you feel unsafe, and that they don't listen to when you say if they're rage driving kind of thing, right? In ways that make you feel unsafe. It is blocking doorways. It is preventing you from leaving. It's hiding your keys. It's putting their hands on you in any way, from a place of anger, from a place of trying to control you or stop you or contain you, so to speak. It's putting their hands on you in any way that feels uncomfortable, that you don't like. So it doesn't matter if it's grabbing your arms, or if it's punching the surface of the counter or table that you're sitting at, or it's punching a door, or kind of shoving you a little bit, even just it's like something like they didn't necessarily put their hands on you, but they kind of body checked you and shoved you out of the way, sort of. There's so many ways that this comes about that especially covert abusers can minimize. And I want to make sure that you are not minimizing what you are experiencing. Taking a stand for yourself begins with no longer tolerating and minimizing how bad it really is. The first step in making change is awareness of where you're at and awareness of the problem. And so minimizing what you're experiencing will keep it perpetually going on in cycles, because you are minimizing it and also they are minimizing it. So you are the only one that's going to be able to stop and take this more seriously. And so I hope this message is a wake-up call for you to tell yourself the truth about what you're actually dealing with, and no longer allowing other people, this is even people outside of your relationship, that are minimizing what you're experiencing. You have to take a stand and take it seriously for yourself. And so when a really sobering exercise is just to write down things that happen, and in your own words, truthful things that have actually happened, and really take ownership in the sense of like, I've been allowing this to continue because I've been lying to myself about how bad it really is, or how bad this behavior really is, or how abusive this relationship really is. And that is the first step toward creating real change. So it's a short, quick one today, but I really wanted to share this specific example and speak to the minimization of it, that they all minimize their abuse. They're not going to admit it, right? Why would they? It's always going to somehow be your fault, or at least they didn't do blank, or at least they do this for you. There's so many ways that they manipulate the situation to try to sanitize what it is that they're doing, to make it sound like it's fine. And if you're really vulnerable to this, then you start to believe that too. And that's where it gets slippery. So the first step is to be able to fully see things clearly where you are, what you're experiencing. If you'd like some support and help with this process, make sure you're on the wait list for the next cohort of my program and the Cycle Evolve. This is exactly what we do in the program, is to really dive deeply into you getting clarity on what it is that you're experiencing. And then you start to see hope and the light at the end of the tunnel as you go through the process. It's a transformational journey that is specifically for women in these relationships. And as you're going through the program and you're going through the lessons and you're learning and you're applying the work, you start to see a way out where you didn't see a way at all. And that is the most liberating thing, is to start feeling hope. It's to start feeling hope for the future when you haven't had any at all, when it just seemed bleak, like you had no options. And you wake up every day knowing that you have a lot of power to influence how you feel. And that's what I teach you how to do in the program, along with developing your strategy to have the goal of getting out to freedom. So head to the link in the show notes to sign up for that waitlist, and I'll see you online. Take care. Thanks so much for tuning into this episode of the Awakening Women podcast. If you love this show and it has served you and helped you on your journey, please take a moment right now and leave a rating and review in iTunes and Spotify. If you'd like more daily content, videos, and inspiration, come on over and join me at Awakening Women Support Official over on Instagram, where we can connect and you can continue your transformation and growth journey. And I'll see you online. Take care.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Summer's here. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2023 Honda Accord Hybrid or 2023 CR-V Hybrid.
Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.